Hi, thanks for joining me today. Today we're going to be talking about the art of letting go and how mindfulness plays a role in achieving it. Letting go can be really hard. Take it from someone who has had many attachments. Our attachments are the karmas that we are living out in this lifetime. They're not good, they're not bad, they just are attachments. And we're averted to their opposites. Remember, attachment and aversion are opposite sides of the same coin. When we apply mindfulness to our attachments, we gain a different perspective. We look at our attachments without judgment. For example, if I'm attached to Topo Chico, I feel that I need it every day to feel complete and whole, connected in my experience. But if I really looked at that and asked myself why, it'd be because I'm attached to the spicy taste, to the effervescence. I'm attached to the way it makes me feel. Why? When we can begin to look at this without judging ourselves as bad or wrong, then we can see that, that's just a perception. I could probably feel the exact same way if I had a glass of water with lemon in it, or perhaps even a diet beverage. In fact, I'm pretty sure that people feel this way about many different kinds of beverages. So if that's the case, then my attachment isn't universal, and therefore I can let it go. When we're looking at something as benign as what type of water we have with dinner, it's easy to let go. But when we're talking about deep-seated attachments, especially that have to do with our heart and our solar plexus, and even our sacral and root chakras, we can really find that these attachments can bind us sometimes and keep us in holding patterns and behavioral patterns that perpetuate suffering or the sensation of separation. So when we can let go, we can feel whole in our experience without the need for something else to make us feel complete. We don't have to do anything or go anywhere. We're whole and connected just as we are. When we release our attachments, this feeling of well-being is easily accessible. But when we are attached, it's quite difficult to access sometimes. There's an art to letting things go. Identifying the judgment we've placed on the thing we are attracted to or attached to is the first step. I've bought into the idea that I need to have this glass of Topo Chico in order to feel whole and complete at the end of my day. Or I've bought into the idea that I need to have this cup of coffee in the morning to wake up. Neither one of those are true. In fact, you can naturally wake up without caffeine, no problem. Just drink a glass of water, add a little lemon or lime, and get about your day. But we don't think like that. We think we need it. We're attached to it. We've got to have it. Why? Forgive yourself for buying into that. Forgive yourself for buying into the idea that you need coffee to wake up and be productive. Acknowledge that you have all of the potential to wake up and feel productive already within you. That coffee actually isn't what's doing the trick. When we can reframe our thinking this way, we can let go much more easily. This empowers us and gives us the tools that we need to really establish our meditation in practice and in experience. Attachment is gripping. It's a hold, and it affects our entire nervous system. Everything in the human body is connected. And the human body is the vehicle for the human experience and therefore is connected to the experience. There is no possible way to separate it. So, if I am attached to something and I believe something to be true, my nervous system and unconscious mind will also believe it to be true. Sensations, thoughts, feelings, and emotions will also be attached to these attachments, and they will make my body and mind feel certain things. If those things are unpleasant to me, or if they perpetuate the idea that I am separate if I don't have the thing that I'm attached to, then it's time to let them go. They're no longer serving. That's one thing that meditation can help us with. We learned about compassionate self-forgiveness. We learned how to use that to let go of limiting beliefs and judgments. But we can do that even with the cup of coffee. Let's take a moment and practice. And place one hand on your heart and another hand on top of it. And just sit up, maybe let the eyes soften. Take a few deep breaths, breathing into the hands, really connecting to the heart space. And let's go through a few rounds of compassionate self-forgiveness to let go of our attachment to coffee. I forgive myself for judging my experience as needing coffee to start my day. I forgive myself for buying into the idea that I need coffee to wake up. I forgive myself for judging myself as needing coffee to wake up. I forgive myself for buying into the idea that my day isn't started until I have my coffee. I forgive myself for buying into the idea that I need my coffee to start my day. Continue with your own compassionate self-forgiveness, acknowledging and forgiving yourself for anything that might be coming up along this vein. Continue until you feel complete. When you're ready, we'll just affirm the truth. We are beings in a human experience. Everything that we need is already within us. The felt sense of peace, contentment, well-being, and joy radiates from the center of our being and connects us to each and every being on the planet, in the universe. We have all of the potential that we desire within us. We are whole and complete, nothing to do, nowhere to go, connected, just as we are. You can acknowledge yourself or add any affirmations that feel right for you. And when you're ready, just come back into the room, eyes wide awake, and ask yourself how you feel about coffee. How do you feel about coffee? This can be a very powerful tool. When done over and over again over time, it can help to release some of the attachments that we have. Remember, attachments, aversions, those are red flags that we've got some karma there. And we can release that karma and create new patterns just by acknowledging it. Forgiving ourselves for buying into the idea that that's our story. It doesn't have to be. Start slow with students. Use benign examples to help them to grasp applying mindfulness to their daily life. in situations that give them the opportunity to let go of a belief. And as they continue with practice, they'll be able to get into deeper and deeper structural beliefs that shape their perception of the world and themselves. This practice can be extremely freeing, liberating even. It's a gift to give to your students.